A few weeks ago, Leader, I asked you here in the Chamber, had you a date for the introduction of the Gambling Control Bill? You honestly said then that you didn't. I'd like to ask you now, has there been any progress since? And I'd like to request formally as well that in the interim, before you bring in the bill to the House, that we would have statements on gambling as a priority. And I want to elaborate. Now, a gambling addiction ruins a life, and more than one life. Gambling, people chase losses with more gambling. They suffer mood swings, they suffer depression, it leads to dishonest behaviour in people who are otherwise secretive and evasive behaviour. Now online COVID and particularly in a COVID context, online has really gone up, online gambling, and Paddy Power said officially that 77% of their profits comes from online gambling. 10,000 a minute is spent in this fashion in this country. And take this awful statistic, Leader, and please bear it in mind with my request for a debate. 29,000 people in the country suffer from gambling addiction as we speak. Greater than that. That's the minimum figure established by an interparliamentary group. I believe the following should happen quickly. A cap on each bet of €100, stats on display showing the problems like cigarette warnings. If a customer is very high on the list of showing high spending, they should be referred to addiction services. We should display numbers of addiction services. Only debit cards should be used. We should monitor weekly spend, and there should be a social fund. And I just want to say that these are steps that I would commend. I support Senator Castle's. He raised it earlier, and I've spoken about it before, and I'll be back, Leader, to it as you, because we can't give up on this one. But all I would say is we're talking of torture to people. We all know them in our communities, our friends, and this has had devastating effect on families, on children. And we talk about the Leaving Cert. I support everything said there, but these 29,000 people and their families, it's horrendous what's happening here, and it needs addressing of the most radical kind, including the advertising area identified by Senator Cassidy. Thank you.